Hello everyone, it's the Queen. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you. What's up, y'all? It's the Queen. Queen Kenya Afia Bezra back in the building. We're about to get in some weird, scary, and bizarre TikTok, so we don't have to wait any longer. Let's get into it.
This little basement. It's freaking weird. Oh my god!
Michael Jackson's skin changes. 1960, 1965, 1969, 1970, 1973, 1974. 1975, 1976, 1977, 1978, 1979, 1980, 1981, 1982, 1983, 1984, 1985, 1986, 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994, 1995, 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009.
Everything seems pretty normal up until this point. You'll see some pictures here in a moment, but then about here, things get a little strange. So now we're going to go through a series of pictures where you see the little girl have a range of emotions. And then right about here, she sees something wrong as he pulls away. What does she see? Well, we're all about to see it for ourselves as he stands up and looks at the camera right here. What's weird is somehow the guy holding the microphone misses this part. But here, very soon, he's going to notice something that is amiss. I think that'll be right about here. And he looks a little... I think that'll be right about here. And he looks a little disturbed. After seeing this, he quickly walks away. And then acts like nothing ever happened. Look at his face. Yikes. You also see a couple of Elvis's men seeing everything as it happens. One of them steps in front of the camera. The other man goes directly for the eye that was just melting. Here we go again, in real time. See Elvis's guy step in front of the camera right here? Then the other guy goes right for the eye.
Celebrities who fake their own death.
Michael
Michael
implants in
Jackson.
your cheeks.
Oh God.
You've had a dimple made in your
please,
chin.
please,
You've had your
please.
lips enlarged.
Oh, please,
You've had your
that's
eyelash,
stupid.
eyelids reconstructed.
Non, mais non.
Non mais t'effaces.
Mais non.
Ah mais...
Mais non, mais non.
entendu ce que j'ai dit? T'as pas chaud, t'es fan, c'est tout.
Mais il y a... C'est qui ça? Mais...
Ah mais il y a Michael Jackson.
Non, non, il est mort, lui. Non,
mais non, regarde, mais c'est lui, viens, viens, viens.
Elvis Presley.
It has changed. The music is better. It's progressed better. I think it's getting better. Because the arrangements are getting better, they're adding more instruments in.
Celebrities who people think fake their own death. First up is rap legend Tupac Shakur. Tupac's been dead for over 20 years now, but that hasn't stopped people from coming up with their own conspiracy theories. For starters, his death was pretty sketchy. He was killed in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas in 1996, but his killers still haven't been arrested today. One of Pac's best friends, Suge Knight, was in the car with him when he was shot, and he's gone on record stating that he thinks his friend is alive today. Another weird thing about Tupac's death is that he released 8 albums after he was killed. But then again, he could have just pre-recorded all of them. As much as I'd like Tupac to be alive, the odds aren't in his favor. Next up is the king of rock, Elvis Presley. Elvis died in 1997 due to a drug overdose, but that hasn't stopped many of his devout fans from thinking that he's still alive today. Their reasoning is that his dead body in the casket looked nothing like him, and his middle name was misspelled on his gravestone. Not to mention all the reported sightings of an old Elvis walking around. But many people are skeptical.
4 mysterious people believed to be Michael Jackson in disguise. Michael Jackson fans believe that Teddy Perkins, the character who attended the Grammy Awards due to the hidden messages in the Atlanta series, is Michael Jackson. Could Michael have disguised himself as Teddy Perkins?
Oh my God! It's Teddy Perkins!
Glad you're alive. Technically killed me, but I did not die. I'm still alive.
Michael fans believe that this mysterious man who spends a lot of time with Michael's children is actually Michael Jackson. Could Michael Jackson still be in contact with his children by disguising himself? Michael fans believe that the man who attended his nephew's wedding ceremony is actually Michael. The fact that the man resembles the character Mayer that Michael Jackson portrayed in one of his previous music videos was a surprising other detail for the fans. Millions of people believe that the person named Dave, who appeared on live broadcast after Michael Jackson's death, is actually Michael Jackson. If you want the second part to come, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends.
Holding hands with my husband Michael and hold hands. It's like a whole new world for me. Just walking and holding hands. When Michelle's mad, I get worried. When Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today. All of you have performed extraordinary service to our country. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack.
Do you know that friends of Michael Jackson believe he is still alive? Famous rapper Akon, a friend of Michael Jackson, had stated his belief that Michael is in hiding and will one day return. Akon had also expressed, contrary to reports following Michael's death, that Michael was completely healthy. Another close friend of Michael, singer and producer of Michael's Dangerous album, Teddy Riley, responded to a question on Twitter, affirming his belief in Michael's survival. Akon said he believes Michael Jackson is alive. What do you think about this? To which Teddy Riley replied, Akon is my friend and we think alike. In our interview, Michael Jackson's cousin also expressed belief in Michael still alive. Michael Jackson's former doctor, Jack Kruner, also known as Alamorad Farshin, had indicated his belief that Michael is alive. The number of people who believe Michael Jackson is alive is quite significant. This can be inferred from the happiness of the people who attended the ceremony that day. As you can see, we are not the only ones who say that Michael Jackson is alive. While it is known that even his father was not sure about this matter, it is evident that those who claim that this belief is a syndrome of non-acceptance by fans have not conducted any research on the topic. For more detailed information, do not forget to click the link in our profile and send this video to your friends if you believe Michael Jackson is alive.
Harold Shipman was a cop-out. He was small, and that's why he targeted the most vulnerable members of society. He was a coward. His choice of victims aroused no suspicion. Their existence was his alibi. And that is why, upon their demise, he tried to burn the evidence by advising the families to cremate their bodies. That's also why he indulged in the killings. In the month where he killed 8 people, investigators found that what probably triggered him was an argument he and his wife had had. Now, instead of confronting his issues head-on, Harold chose instead to take out his frustration on his patients. Psychologists believe that many of his killings coincided with moments of stress in his life. So, whenever he wasn't stressed, his patients were safe. Like I said before, Harold Shipman played God. But, in the years since his crimes were revealed, he is now considered the devil of Hyde. On the 31st of January 2000, and after 6 days of deliberation, a jury found Shipman guilty of 15 counts of murder and 1 count of forgery. He was sentenced to life imprisonment on all 15 counts of murder without any possibility of parole. He also got an extra 4-year sentence for forging Kathleen Grundy's will. He was sent to Wakefield Prison to serve his life sentence. In the aftermath of his crimes, an inquiry known as the Shipman Inquiry was launched. And subsequently, changes were made to ensure that there would never be another Harold Shipman. And if there was, he would be much faster to detect. GPs were required to have a yearly assessment to ensure that they were still good at their job. And funeral directors were encouraged to ask questions about the corpses brought in under suspicious circumstances. And most importantly, everyday people were encouraged to speak up if they suspected something. On the 13th of January, less than 2 years after his sentence began, guards found Harold Shipman hanging from a bedsheet tied to his cell window. He had taken his own life. From his capture to the day he died, Harold gave no one answers. He denied all the allegations that were thrown against him. He didn't even confide in his wife. He stayed consistent to whatever final alibi he had constructed in his mind. His death was bittersweet for the families of his victims. On one hand, everyone was glad that the monster could no longer hurt anyone. But on the other hand, they were left without closure. Harold Shipman had taken to his grave the answers to many of their questions. And like us, all they are left with to this day is why. Thanks for tuning in to Twisted Minds. That was the case of Harold Shipman. And why don't you go ahead and click on one of the 2 videos on your screen for another one of our videos.
This is how to detect lies using grass. It's one of the unique traditions from Africa, where some people reveal a lie. No need for sophisticated tools. Just use 2 handfuls of grass. Before performing the ritual, the alleged perpetrators are told to take an oath to the ancestors. The way this ritual works is that whoever tells the truth can be released from the grass, but if he tells a lie, the grass will entangle him. After that, the community will start interrogating him.
You said you wanted her to wear a skirt so you can slide your hand up it? Am I right or am I wrong? Oh, you're not going to answer? Hey, Valerie. Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
What are you up to?
Nothing.
Valerie Sue Stevens, right?
Yeah.
We need to have a talk. We need to have a conversation. I
Okay.
think you know why.
Oh, okay.
So, I'd like to go where we can talk or no. I just want to have you answer a few questions.
I'm not going on camera.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
She's right here.
I'm not doing anything.
I have all the information. You're lying.
I'm not doing
You're lying through
anything.
your teeth. You came here to meet a 14-year-old.
No, I
Stop
didn't.
lying.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. It's all right here. This
I
girl
was
right
literally
here.
shocked.
जो खाएगा वही हम खाएंगे.
Oh, thanks. Well, okay.
Kamal.
All right. Okay. Maybe I'll take this off right now and then. Okay. Just thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you. Why are people on that side of the river so afraid of the Agori? I see. Why do feel like this may have been a mistake? Maybe we just, like, somebody distracts him and I just leave.
Let's just see where it goes.
We can be polite. I can be very polite about it.
Photos Taken Before Tragedy, Episode 10. This is Amara Sanchez Garzon. She was a 13-year-old Colombian girl who got stuck after debris from a landslide fell on her legs and trapped her. You see, concrete had fallen and pinned her knees and her legs right underneath it. They couldn't remove the concrete, and they didn't have the ability at the time to render life-saving treatment if they happened to amputate her legs off. Rescuers tried everything they could, but they couldn't save her. After 60 hours sitting in here, she ends up passing away. This is news reporter Christine Chubbuck, and she actually despised that her news channel constantly reported on blood and guts. So one day she's reading her newscast live when she gets to the fourth story and the real jams. The story happens to be about a shooting at a local restaurant. Christine ends up shrugging, turning to the cameras and saying, in keeping with the WXLT practice of the most immediate and complete coverage of local blood and guts news, TV 40 presents what is believed to be a television first in living color, exclusive coverage of an attempted suicide. And she pulls a revolver out, sticks it behind her right ear, and she pulls the trigger. This woman was going on a much-awaited hike after Turkey had lifted their shelter-in-place order. So in order to celebrate, she decides to climb over a safety barrier, go out on this rock ledge, and have her friend take a picture of her. She gets the picture snapped, and on her way back, slips on grass, falls off the cliff 115 feet to her death. Photographer Robert Landsberg captured the wall of ash that would ultimately kill him when Mount St. Helens erupted. He actually managed to protect the film with his body.
These are photos taken right before death, part 1. This right here is Jolie Callan. Jolie Callan was going on a hike with her ex-boyfriend, and when they had reached the top of the mountain, Jolie's ex-boyfriend took a photo of her right before he took out a gun, shot Jolie, and then pushed her off the cliff. Jolie's ex-boyfriend was sentenced to 52 years in prison. Shortly after taking this family photo right before going on a hike, the boy in the red was struck by a falling rock, and unfortunately, he died from impact. This right here is Jared Anthony Higgins, also known as Juice WRLD. This photo was taken on December 8th, 2019. Juice WRLD had boarded this private jet with a bunch of friends, but Juice WRLD's pilot noticed that he had a bunch of drugs and guns on board, so he contacted law enforcement. When the private jet landed in Chicago, Juice WRLD was immediately surrounded by police, and because of this, Juice WRLD took a bunch of pills and then died from a seizure.
Crazy how motherfuckers will try to ruin your entire life over shits and giggles and a bag. Scary as hell for athletes out there because women like this will try to...
This is gonna sound fucked up and like I'm judging a whole group of people, but it is what it is. Black men, I need you to listen. I need you to lock the fuck in, right? Why is it that every time I hear about one of these stories where a athlete in college did something to a woman, it's always the same accuser and it's always the same accused? When are y'all gonna get it through your head that you just need to leave them alone? Now, I'm not saying that all paper towel colored women are like this. That's not what I'm saying at all. But every time I hear one of these stories, it's always the same fucking shit. Y'all don't get tired? And before you come in the comments and be like, oh, you act like a black woman has never accused, that's not what I said. I said every time one of these stories come up about a athlete in college, it always seems to be the same two fucking people. The same two people.
After 3 years, you're still blaming the bird watcher for your racist rant to police. You've been living in hiding since the incident and can't find a job that meets your qualifications? Good. You called the police on a black man who was bird watching simply because he asked you to put a leash on your dog. You falsely accused him of threatening you. Luckily, he filmed the entire incident for his safety. Now, in a statement, you blame him? You listed a host of excuses for your nasty behavior. During the incident, you kept repeating that Mr. Cooper was a black man. Now you claim that you kept repeating it because of poor cell phone reception? You couldn't do better than that? You also said you had pandemic anxiety. That's reaching. Come on. You said that since Christian's video went viral, your life has been over. Good, that's what you deserve. You said the sound of Christian's voice scared you. Really? He was polite. He was mild-mannered. You said you panicked for your safety and well-being. I'll give you that one. Racism is taught. Someone taught you to hate black people. And that's sad. You would have been better off admitting what you did. You should have admitted that you're wrong and maybe told us the story of how racism entered your blood. You could have told us that you've been working on yourself and asked for forgiveness. We would have forgiven you. But since you failed to take accountability, go sit down for another 3 years.
You knew she was 14 and you were actively going to have sex with a virgin. Is what you wanted to do. And that scares me that you're working with those people at school. You know, my son goes to that.
You just your entire life up. What happens now?
Basically, I mean, he probably needs to get some help. You know
No
what I mean?
shit. Been telling him for months.
I mean,
He
look
works at a
this
job
here.
around.
I don't want to see
No, I'm not
what
gonna. I'm
he
just
said.
telling you. It's been 3 weeks, and he's met it. This is the third time. You know what I mean? It's not the first time. He drove out of the parking lot today when we pulled in, so he was there to get the girl from the Taco Bell.
What, did you think I wouldn't show up? Did you not know we were on the way home?
No,
What is your deal? Did you know she was 14?
yes,
Why the fuck would you do that?
because
You have a daughter! You have a f***ing daughter. And you should go to jail.
Okay, well, what happens now?
Yeah, what happens now?
Honestly, I mean, what scares me the most is if we knew you were here, we wouldn't even have came here. We would have went directly to the police. I did not want to hurt you at all. Okay, so first things that. But he works with this.
No, this
same
is
children.
great. This
Oh,
is
I know.
great. You know, at least I know now. Because how long would this have gone on? And how many people would you hurt?
So, I mean, we're going to obviously turn this into the police. He works with children. I'm not going to give you the messages, but he was super, it's all sex. He's going to teach her how to get blow. It's all sex.
Are you out of your f***ing mind?
You said you wanted her to wear a skirt so you can slide your hand up it? Am I right or am I wrong? Oh, you're not going to answer? Hey, Valerie. Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
What are you up to?
Nothing.
Valerie Sue Stevens, right?
Yeah.
We need to have a talk. We need to have a conversation. I think
Okay.
you know why.
Okay.
So, I'd like to go, or we can talk or no. I just want to have you answer a few questions.
I'm not going on camera.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
She's right here.
I'm not doing anything.
I have all the information. You're lying.
I'm not doing
You're lying through your
anything.
teeth. You came here to meet a 14-year-old.
No, I
Stop
didn't.
lying.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. It's all right here. This
I
girl
was
right
really
here.
shocked.
If you enjoyed today's content or any of my content, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And thank you for coming to the Kingdom of Free Thinkers. Remember, use your own brain. Do your own research. Don't go by what someone else says or what someone else told you. Find out for yourself, because this is your life. And welcome to the Kingdom of Free Thinkers. So thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you the next time.